Our ability to remember is central to the experience of being human. It allows us to know where we live, what we do, and how we do it. This capacity to store and retrieve memories is traditionally divided into two main types: short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory refers to the temporary storage of information. We will retain most of it for no more than 30 seconds before it slips our mind. We use this type of memory if someone tests our powers of recall by asking us to keep several numbers in mind, for instance. But this is quite a passive process. Whenever we need to do something with the information, we use what is called working memory. An example is mental arithmetic. If a teacher asks us to take 256 from 354, our working memory keeps those numbers in mind, while our brain connects them to the method we have learned for subtraction. Of course, much of what we experience we will not need to recall. For that reason, information is kept in the brain only until a decision is made about whether it needs to be stored in our long-term memory, where it may be retained for anything from days to years. Long-term memory is the foundation of our identity. It's how we know who we are, how we make sense of our lives. But even if information is transferred to our long-term memory, it doesn't mean that it remains static once it's there. An event we may remember in great detail for several years could end up being no more than a vague memory. It depends on how often we choose to recall it. And each time we do recall it, we remake it, adding new information and changing its order so that a gap develops between what actually happened and what we think happened. What's more, people who experienced the same event might not even agree on what took place. There's often a discrepancy between what one person recalls and what someone else remembers, depending on each person's emotional response to the event. Ultimately, when it comes to memory, there's one important thing to remember: it's unreliable. Sharing memories is a form of storytelling, and as we know, some stories are better than others. If what we remember having happened didn't quite happen the way we describe, it may simply be because we have found a better tale to tell, one we don't want anyone to forget.